Before protection exists, materials must survive the impossible.
Every hazmat suit begins as raw chemistry.
Only verified materials move forward.
Consistency begins at intake. Strength is born under pressure. Thousands of threads form one barrier. Heat gives way to structure. Strength is engineered, not accidental. From liquid to lifeline. Protection takes shape strand by strand. One layer is never enough. The invisible shield is applied.
Transcription. Protection is locked in place.
Uniformity saves lives. Failure is detected before danger. The fabric must resist the unknown. Only approved material continues. Now protection becomes wearable. From material to mission.
Every meter is traceable.
Human strain is removed. Environment preserves integrity. Stability must come first. Preparation begins. Wrinkles become weaknesses. Balance ensures strength. Accuracy replaces estimation. Nothing imperfect moves forward.
Protection multiplies with layers.
Precision defines survival. Every seam begins here. Order prevents error. Protection must fit perfectly. Each suit begins as fragments.
Now fragments become armor.
Construction begins.
Here, protection begins to take human shape.
Seams are the first line of failure and the first priority.
Alignment determines survival.
Every limb is built independently. Movement demands strength.
The core takes form. Stitching alone is never enough. Heat locks protection in place. Bonding must rest before movement. Invisible gaps cannot be allowed. Protection must be continuous. Interfaces are the weakest points. Exposure ends at the feet. Fragments become armor. The entry point must never become a weakness. Redundancy is survival. Now protection must prove itself.
Transcription. Before protection is trusted, it must be challenged.
Transcription. Every test begins with structure.
No opening is overlooked.
Integrity begins with air.
Failure reveals itself quickly.
Transcription. Even invisible gaps cannot hide.
Pressure works both ways. Protection must move with the body.
Wear is simulated before reality.
The barrier must reject contact.
Transcription. Absorption is unacceptable.
Protection means nothing if molecules pass through.
Time is the true enemy.
Nothing remains on the surface.
Inside must remain untouched.
Only perfection advances.
Now protection is prepared for the real world. Transcription. Now protection becomes complete. Vision must never compromise safety.
Clarity can save seconds.
Distortion is unacceptable.
The face seal must be flawless.
seals are hardened for survival.
Hands face the greatest risk. The seal must never fail. Protection must still allow motion. The ground can be just as deadly. Air must remain uncontaminated.
Connection equals survival. Air must always flow outward.
Comfort prevents fatigue.
Protection must move with the body.
Every detail is examined.
Completion is earned, never assumed. Now the suit must prove it can save a life. Certification is where theory meets reality.
Transcription. Every suit carries its own record. Heat is the first enemy.
Resistance must increase with intensity. Structure must never collapse.
Fire is tested safely. Damage is unacceptable. Gases search for weakness. The barrier holds. Time reveals the truth. Nothing lingers.
Absorption equals failure.
Containment must be complete.
Real environments are unforgiving.
Wear must not weaken protection. Air must always push outward.
Compliance is earned.
This suit is ready to stand between life and death. When demand rises, automation answers. Distance preserves sterility. Movement never stops. Efficiency depends on timing.
Consistency replaces improvisation.
Shape must survive transport. Every suit becomes traceable.
Data moves faster than fabric.
Isolation continues outside the suit.
Transcription. Space efficiency protects structure.
Packaging must protect as well.
Even the box is engineered. Protection is handled without touch.
Containment continues outward.
Information travels with protection.
Destination is decided instantly.
Scale meets precision.
Before release, perfection is demanded.
Quality is never predictable. Inspection begins at the surface.
Nothing bypasses review.
The eye still matters.
Failure begins at the seam. The entry must seal like armor. Hands face the harshest contact.
Ground impact cannot break the seal.
Air must never escape inward.
The barrier must remain absolute.
Identity ensures accountability.
Consistency defines trust.
Authority confirms readiness.
Protection remains untouched. Nothing leaves incomplete.
This batch is cleared.
The final journey begins.
Protection must remain intact long after manufacturing.
Every shipment is verified again.
Movement is monitored at all times.
Moisture is an invisible enemy.
Dry storage preserves reliability. Time is carefully recorded. Space is engineered for safety.
Nothing is ever misplaced.
Safety continues even in storage.
When needed, response is immediate.
Precision never sleeps. Nothing leaves unchecked. Paperwork protects accountability.
The journey resumes.
Nothing shifts. Every movement is controlled. Location becomes visible worldwide. From factory to front line.
Protection does not stop at the factory gate.
Every country demands certainty. Trust is verified. Movement requires precision.
Protection travels farther than people ever see.
Some journeys cross oceans. Scale demands discipline. The mission continues worldwide. Where danger waits, preparation arrives. Every second matters.
When danger strikes, there is no time for doubt.
The work never truly ends.
Few will ever see their faces.
But millions depend on their work.
Protection moves silently.
And the first thing that helps a good thing is Piper Doington of Sailor's words do is he that is those monks.
And this is how modern factories produce hazmat suits from start to finish.
Preparation is humanity's strongest defense. Subscribe for more real factory breakdowns.